Something I need 하나만 고르자면 Nothing I can trade for love. 걱정 어린 위로는 고맙지만 그런 환상을 믿지는 않아. 단정하긴 일러 가끔 노력하지만 상처받긴 싫어. 난 회복이 더딘더라. 누군가의 삶을 함께 짊어지기엔 나조차도 당장 여유롭지가 않아. 내 마지막 숨을 지켜줄 사람이 있을까. 아직도 어딘가는 꿈을 꾸게 돼. 갈팡질팡하는 날 안아줄 수 있을까. 말이 좀 안 되지만 Truly 나조차도 당장 여유롭지가 않아. 내 마지막 숨을 지켜줄 사람이 있을까. 아직도 어딘가는 꿈을 꾸게 돼. 갈팡질팡하는 날 안아줄 수 있을까. 말이 좀 안 되지만 Truly 세상에서 완벽하게 사라지기 그 전에 내 마지막 숨을 지켜줄 사람이 있을까. 말이 좀 안 되지만 Truly
Good evening and welcome to the Galleries Plumbing. Volume. Good evening and welcome to the Galleries Plumbing is still making strange noises in the background, and now I've turned my microphone down a bit. We apologise for whatever happened before, and I'm still slightly reorganising myself because it's been that was slightly too short a piece of music. So there will be a few seconds while I get things together because I'm almost there. Right. So where are we? What are we doing? It's been a while because I was on holiday. Queen Edda was not on holiday. Queen Edda was merely frozen in time waiting for me to get back. So as I recall, she had just got herself into a position where she could totally found the Holy Roman Empire if only she were Queen of Germany. And she could totally usurp the Kingdom of Germany if only the Kingdom of Germany were not at war.
Still.
And the Kingdom of Germany is currently at war. Yes, so one of the possibilities... Sorry, faffing with more cables. One of the possibilities is to see if we can come up with a way to encourage Germany not to be at war by defeating it or assisting it. Or with strategic murder, because Edda is very much in favour of strategic murder. Um,
Yeah, you could murder whoever claimant, whichever claimant was on behalf of this.
yes, apologies for the distortionally loud bits. I was leaning too far forwards. Yes, that's back to normal again now. I should whisper when I'm close, when I'm leaning over the computer. Right, where were we? Yes, so the King of Germany is currently at war. He is only actually at war with Emma of the German Revolt, who is currently winning. So, that's actually only a war to change their succession law. So I think we could plausibly just wait and see what happens there and hope they win. We appear to have a rebel army standing around in Haturia, so maybe we should do something about that. That lot should be able to do the job. I should turn time down by 1 notch again, shouldn't I? Because I think I was running at 3, yes. Okay, we have the usual bug where everyone leaves the defensive pact, and I refuse. And A, I refuse to take advantage of that, and B, it's not actually something I want to take advantage of. I'm not trying to build an enormous empire. I'm trying to found one particular empire, and then have the Pope as a vassal, and be Duchess of Spoleto, and then I've completed everything I set out to do. It's just been informed. I've just been informed I could have a feast. When did we last have a feast? Enjoyed feast times out at the beginning of 1079, so this will be an excellent time to have a feast. Right, let's have a feast while we're waiting for the King of Germany to be at peace, because this will not, in any way inconvenience us. I need to... That's all defensive pact faff. Yes, I would... The Wandering Minstrel would be an excellent piece of entertainment. Yes, wandering jongleurs. Adequate food. Send out the invitations. Yeah, some people can't come or do not wish to come. Glue those two together, stomp in there and do a bit of stomping. I seem to have surprisingly few commanders available. Random internal fighting. None of this looks very interesting. Yeah, it's okay. You'll have your levies back pretty soon. Yeah, so some of my vassals are upset about things. Duke Gaspar was drank inadequately, and that's apparently an insult. Mayor Ludolf spoke up and told everyone how great the food at my feast was. I was really glad someone was kind enough to say something nice about the food, given how hard I worked to ensure that food was the best part of the feast. Mayor Ludolf's opinion of Queen Edda changes by +5 for 10 years. And Queen Eda's opinion of Mayor Ludolf changes by 15 for 10 years, though that has nowhere near as much effect. Well, that was a slightly helpful feast in the usual way that everyone who attended will have a +5 opinion.
For a couple of years.
Right, and we've dealt with those rebels, so now we can dismiss that army. How are you doing, King of Germany? Still stuck at minus 29%.
Murder someone?
just anyone to pass the time.
Oh, I was mostly meaning if it's a war for a claimant.
No, it's a war for Gavelkind.
Well, go and murder one of the leading opponents or something.
Prince Archbishop Bernhard of Swabia has declared Swabian war for Countess Christine's claim on Eichstätt on King Bernhard of Germany. Don't do that. I mean, I suppose it means I can go to war with Germany, which would be kind of amusing. I think. Like, I want Germany to be at peace. I don't want my vassals going to war with it. Someone refounded a Gavelkind succession thingamy. Don't appear to have an offer to join war option, sadly. Presumably because it's a third party claim.
Well, it does claim murder claim.
Rude, but yes, that would work, wouldn't it? Well, let's wait and see if... I'm not going to bother doing that until he's got out of his other war. 31% in favour of the revolt. We have a new Duke of Bavaria. Our knowledge of majesty in Rome has increased to level 3. Let's have a quick look at the Duke of Bavaria. Where even is the capital of Bavaria? What's that? Oh, that's Denmark, yes. Yes, of course. Because when we separated Denmark and Germany, we did it in such a way that the spare bits ended up as part of Denmark rather than as part of Germany, I think. No, I've lost Bavaria. Or is it that actually the new Duke of Bavaria is Duke of somewhere else as well? That would explain it, wouldn't it? Yes. Oh, come on. Yes, okay. It's the Duke of Angria is also Duke of Bavaria, right? So he was already Duke of Angria, and thus we've probably done whatever is necessary to keep him reasonably chirpy. Just allow time to pass and hope that 34% in favour of the German revolt. Also, we should pay attention to whatever's going on around us. Yes, that's still part of the Byzantine Empire. So Bulgaria has apparently taken a county there. Ivrean revolt war for Duke Domenico's claim on Ivrea. So Duke Adriano of Ivrea is only a Duke of Ivrea, so... But apparently Okay, we have two different claim wars for Ivrea. Count Albano's claim on Ivrea and Duke Domenico's claim on Ivrea. Right. $34. What's going on up here? Burgundian Revolt. We do actually have a claim on that county there. How scary is the Burgundian Revolt? Not at all. And being a revolt, it's not in the defensive pact against us. Well, I mean, it would improve our coverage of the Baltic coast a bit. And like, it doesn't actually matter if we're at war. We can claim the Kingdom of Germany while we're at war. We just need the King of Germany not to be at war.
I don't know that we can.
Hmm?
I think you have to be at peace as well. But
Why?
I thought you did. Because you tend not to get the claim thing messages when you're at war as well. But it seems a while since I've been in the situation.
It only says, cannot usurp the title from someone who is at war. Title cannot be the target or justification for any ongoing war.
Okay.
So I think I don't have to be at peace, but it may be that there's another... I think that covers all the conditions, and then once that's fulfilled, you then just get the numbers. I think it's okay. Plus, this won't take long. And it's Count of Neumark, who's like even nearby. Yeah, we'll take that. Let's see what we can actually raise, though. That's probably enough. We might want to do a slightly better job, and we'll get them into a county that's not adjacent. I think we can also raise some down here. No, it must be one of these duchies we can raise someone in. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, do I care why that someone's been imprisoned by her? Probably not. Yes. My lady, Jacob, my kinsman. Oh yes, young Jacob di Spoleto, who didn't turn out as brilliantly as I'd hoped. Is he festive, the dove, the mule, or do I have more important things to do? I mean, he is not a person of any great importance. He's currently one of my commanders. I feel that a commander called the Dove is probably not the best thing ever. I'm kind of inclined to call him the Mule, even though that makes him dislike me for 5 years. He's only a -5. And he did turn out disappointingly. Right, Jacob the Mule. Yes. Yes. Be Edda the Just. But yes, be thankful she didn't have you murdered. Why did you let that peasant let off that peasant accused of poaching?
I don't know. Why did you?
So obviously we would prefer him to turn out kind, just in case he's useful. Just primarily, but he'll probably just turn out kind.
Just in case.
Yeah, it turned out kind, which is not as good, nowhere near as good as just, but We'll take what we can get. How are you doing, King of Germany? Still not getting anywhere. Right, so yes, that looks like fewer commanders than I ought to have. What's going on? We do appear to have all of our available commander slots filled. We don't have a Keeper of the Swans or a Master of the Horse, mind. Let's see who are our most powerful vassals. So, Milan and Ivrea, though Ivrea's a child, so probably Milan and Tuscany. Tuscany in this list. Doesn't appear to be, neither does Milan. Oh well. Angria will do. Right, that's a bit better. So Symmachos is already in there, so they've already got everything they really need. Just give them a random third person. That's probably actually enough that we can just stomp in while the other half organise themselves, because like our enemy is someone with 2,800 troops, so was that person she imprisoned for reasons I don't really care about. Right, how are you doing? Down to 30% in favour of Emma. Maybe she will lose. We have another. I have a random niece. Prince Arpad and Princess Adalberta, my sister, who is no one very exciting. So you can pile in there as well. And that should do reasonably well. Let's check that we have a siege leader bonus there. We do. So I'm trying to keep a reasonable amount of money because founding the Holy Roman Empire is not going to be cheap. Why this particular war? Diziot asks. Frankly, because Queen Edda is bored.
She's got to have something to do while she waits for Germany not to.
She's essentially waiting for Germany to be at peace, and there is a defensive pact against her. 2 defensive pacts, in fact, which means that most reasonable targets are are scary because they will haul a lot of other people in. However, revolts can't join defensive pacts. So when I spotted there was a revolt on my doorstep, I thought, oh, I wonder if I have a casus belli for them, and I did. And so, well, it's a convenient target of opportunity. Anyway, have I just set something building in Styreg? I was blithering so much I couldn't tell. Yes, I have. Right. So, continuing to upgrade my... Oh, someone's besieging Rome. Is it anyone I care about? No. Lots of internal wars in Italy at the moment because I've got very low crown authority. Partly because that's amusing. Guerino was curious about the visitors, but was polite enough to wait until the Chamberlain has escorted them to their rooms before he started asking thousands of questions about them, where they came from, why they looked so different, and who they were. So, well, yes, Gregarious is generally good for... He's a Di Spoleto, so let's make him Gregarious and have one more diplomacy by saying, wait until the banquet, then I will introduce you to them. %36 in favour of Emma of the German Revolt. You can probably spend a economy point soon. Someone else has joined the defensive pact against me. People are trying to kill one another. Duchess Susanna of Croatia is now Duchess Susanna the Wise of Croatia. I think there's a danger we're going to lose Croatia, isn't there? Yes. No. Kingdom of Corinthia. Ah, yes, because Queen Edda now has a son, which means that one of her titles will actually go to said son, rather than all of them passing to her primary heir. If I can't found an empire first.
Yes.
Right, okay, we've got 43% war score. We now need to find the rest of the Burgundian revolt. I think that's it. What Saba Orbanich Arpad is no longer a participant in the Venetian-Serbian War for the city of Ston, as his liege Milovan Milovanic Kosaka joined the war as a defender. Okay, and then the Venetian-Serbian War for the city of Ston has ended inconclusively. Liege changes for Duke Saba. Right. Why was I paying any attention to this? I have no idea. Oh. Some things have gone bing. I don't want to usurp Romagna.
You can usurp it later.
Dismiss for now. Right. Edgefrith of Northumbria is now known as the Cruel. Bishop Hurdoslav of Posada. Ah, right, yes. Whom I presumably nominated for that role. Yes, he's one of my commanders. I hope he's still a commander. I mean, he should be a commander. Can I appoint him as a commander? I can. Well, I've been doing it because once, if the bishopric is my direct vassal, then making the commander a bishop means that they can't be, that no one can poach them anymore, because now they're my vassal as a result of being tied to that land. And bishoprics are convenient because they're not inheritable, so they won't this doesn't lose me the title permanently. So they're quite good as temporary titles to give to people if I want to keep them under my control. So yes, I have been generally, if I have a bishopric available, I will nominate one of my commanders as the successor to that bishopric. Yes, he has a learning score of 2. He's not really much good as a bishop, but it's a convenient sinecure, more or less. So
I mean, a point blank as a commander does have the unfortunate effect they can only go on one colour of counter.
Fortunately, Europe is not actually arranged like a chessboard.
no, this might be a problem in North America. Right, what do we want to do? We want to see if we can find someone else to appoint to that bishopric, to appoint as his successor. Actually, we have several slots, don't we? I mean, I do try to ensure that it's at least Catholics I'm nominating. And like similarly, I often put good councillors in there. On which note, do I have any scary good councillors? My marshal, in fact, should be on the list as well. So he is really scarily good. He wants to get married. Ha ha. Sorry. You're going to become a bishop instead. Right, extra tech points coming in from... Yes, the previous bishop of Posada was my uncle. Was Edda's uncle. Right, Duke Domenico has a higher opinion of me, which is nice because he's quite powerful. Someone else has joined a defensive pact against me. I'm only expanding because it's convenient to do so. I don't want to take over Europe. Someone left this tempting little county on my border.
That is us into the rolling Katamari of conquest at the moment.
You know, if we actually once we invent crusades, I am quite tempted to try to play as the new Crusader king landed somewhere abroad, or indeed maybe a smaller thing. I think if you found a Crusader state, you similarly get the option to become the
Usually, yes.
new head of it.
Yes, I've accidentally done this from time to time and got myself into all kinds of exciting difficulties or undifficulties.
Tolerable Guerino means I'm not currently tutoring anyone. Oh yes, Edda was my slightly accidental heir, wasn't she? Because I'd been grooming Valpurga,
Her slightly younger sister.
who is, some random relation. But yes, is slightly younger. And unfortunately, the previous king died slightly early. The County of Haturia has been converted. Excellent. Oh, we have a new, yet another Duke of Tuscany. He is 7 years old. So his opinion of me is not very important yet. Yes. He's also Duke of Pisa. Yes, because I haven't got the add-on that gets you chocolate.
I have had the Aztecs turn up, but I did beat them off.
Did they bring chocolate?
I don't know.
Oh, I've got into a battle with the wrong people while I wasn't looking. We're unfortunately in a battle with the Duke of Franche-Comté, who is presumably in the way in some way. The peasants are revolting. Well, I've got an army here. I'll send them over there later. Because they're at war with the Burgundian revolt, yes. So this war is of very little use to me. But there we go. That lot, on the other hand, are of use to me. So if I could give them a quick slapping, that would probably be helpful. That's only forest. I'm pretty decent. We outnumber them more than 2 to 1. Let's go for it. I can't see anything. My dialogue boxes have got in the way. That's better. So yes, we would quite like to win a battle against like the people we're actually trying to attack. Pick them off one flank at a time, apparently. More tech points from Constantinople. Right, and now let's sit down back over here somewhere. He's presumably got a capital somewhere. Yes, we still have some territory that's de jure that of the Byzantine Empire. Oh, Ludwig di Spoleto needs someone to teach him. Well, I happen to be available now, so... let us continue breeding useful di Spoletos. Oh right, we've already got their capital because their capital was actually up in the county that we're trying to take. Right, I see. Yeah, we'll get round to you in due course. Just getting this war to 100%, and then I'll come along and give the rebels a quick thrashing. Shouldn't take long. Meanwhile, how's Germany getting along? Losing. Both wars. Good. The Count of Siena was apparently somehow in a war with Tuscany and lost it. Lost it by virtue of everyone being imprisoned, it looks like. Well, we're at 99% war score. Raiders have turned up in Danzig. Oh dear, all my troops from Danzig are down here in Burgundy. Well, I wonder what that message said. I forgot to read it.
If only someone had built a long railway line across it.
Well, yes. Sadly, yes, I don't actually need to get there from Lisbon, but... oh, Queen Edda is pregnant again. Samland has become Catholic. Excellent.
Also, I feel that if Verity tries to get your troops there, she will always plot your route mysteriously going from Stockholm to Petrograd.
Yes. An odd betrothal I don't really care about.
Right off.
So I think once we have finished besieging Dole, we'll... yes, I'm hoping to... I'm currently planning to wait out the German wars. Right, we have a 100% war score despite not having finished besieging Dole. Let's just wait until it finishes besieging, because there'll be a bit of prestige and stuff for that. And money. Oh, my kinsman Thomas has come of age. He has only become an underhanded rogue, which is kind of unfortunate. I suppose I am only a charismatic negotiator. I should really remember to give people away before they turn 16. Several people are trying to murder one another. I'll let them get on with it. Right, let's finish that siege, which got us like 13.4 money, which I'm sure was worth the time. Right. I think that also terminated his revolt, because like he lost his territory. Or at least he lost his capital. Right, so there are some rebels around somewhere. There they are. Off you go. Meanwhile, how's Germany doing? Losing that one 47%, losing that one 51%. I mean, if I could work out a way to join in with those wars, I might. And, as Verity suggests, I can always try to murder the claimant in the claim war. But, like, that seems a bit rude. So I'm currently, I think, planning to wait out the revolt war and then see how well the claim war goes. So my current Chancellor is Jacob di Spoleto, Jacob the Mule, with 22 diplomacy. Thomas di Spoleto has 23 diplomacy and thinks he would make a better Chancellor, which is at least technically true. He wouldn't be much good as a commander, though. Yeah, go on. I don't really mind annoying Jacob a little bit.
You've already given me enough to get
Yes. Right. Whose opinion of me should I be setting about improving? My general rule is a strong ruler with less than 100% opinion of me. Probably want to go for an adult. Domenico d'Este of Milan is probably a good target. There we go. Who can I imprison, and are they an interesting person? Prince Archbishop of Swabia. Because he's the leader of a plot to kill the Count of Schwaben. Well, no, I don't think I'd have any reason to imprison the Prince Archbishop of Swabia. I mean, as opposed to an excuse, which I apparently do have. We have a new left-handed princess. Oh, maybe not. She's not actually a princess. Elizabeth di Spoleto, who doesn't look like a particularly useful person. I think left-handedness gives you a small boost of personal combat skill. People are joining the defensive pact against me, presumably because I just expanded a bit and have thus become slightly more threatening.
Well, if you win an offensive war, it will tend to go up. And if you then triggered a threshold.
King Engelbert, who are you? Oh, you're the new king of Romagna, are you? Right. Hello, King Engelbert. I might usurp your kingdom just before I found the Holy Roman Empire, just so as to destroy it.
make sure you've got plenty of money then, because
Oh, I have.
so now I need to usurp 2 kingdoms and found an empire. That's probably at least 1,500, more like 1,700. With the gold. See, you've got 4 figures there, but I can't.
1534 at the moment.
Okay, I'm not going to say that a bit, because I can't do anything very expensive.
War score. Both of the King of Germany's wars are going 50% against him at the moment. Davos has fallen to the rebels. I'm not going to hold a feast this year. Magnus Di Spoleto, who has a stutter and is otherwise uninteresting, requires a guardian. Well, I'll take him on. I'll try to remember when he turns 16 I should hand him off to someone who's a bit more competent though.
He's 15.
Yeah, sorry, before he turns 16. So when's the next one of my wards are both quite young now, aren't they? Ludwig is still 6 as well, so they'll both turn 16 roughly simultaneously. Yeah. The German wars are going a bit slowly. I think they're slightly too finely balanced.
Sort of tilt Europe.
I mean, he is losing them both now, 53, 56 and 56%. I mean, I do now not... I think my truce with him has actually expired. I can't declare war until I've dismissed that army that's just going to thrash the rebels. Right, rebels duly thrashed. Except they appear to still be, in some sense, holding Chur. Oh, we'll besiege it back then. Yes, I mean, I think I could. I was hoping I could go into. Sometimes you can join your vassals' claim wars, so I was hoping I could go into the right there. That's that rebellion crushed. Go into that claim war and. Enna, who was, I think, my court chaplain, yes, has died. Emrys of Strathclyde looks like he might be all right, or we could appoint Aldrich, Bishop of Aquino. Yeah, let's go for him. He actually wants to become a court chaplain. Emrys wants to become Chancellor. Okay, well, we'll take the person who wants the job then. Right, where do we need to do some proselytising? Well, apparently Chur is Cathar. I think we should fix Catharism first. Right, so how's it going with Germany, and can I make things more interesting? He's now down to minus 60% in one of his wars. So he isn't in the defensive pact against me. Random internal alliance, just in case I need to know about it. So I could totally go to war with Germany just to weaken them so that they could lose their other 2 wars. That seems like messy. Anyway, I'm temporarily in Regency. Don't have a casus belli against Emma. He's the revolter. And I can't join her war on that side. My nephew Christopher has managed to turn out as an elusive shadow, albeit not a genius one, which is nice.
What's an elusive shadow? That sounds like something more like a kind of crusader than a political personality.
It's just the highest level of intrigue education. So you get +9 intrigue for it, which means he has a total of 18 intrigue, which makes him fairly intriguing. So I should just confirm. Oh! I think we just gained some territory from Arles. Count Blasi of Provence has usurped the title County of Forcalquier from King Burchard of Arles.
No, Alquier is for forks.
Sorry, King Burchard, since he's German, of Arles. Excellent. Thank you, my vassals, for expanding the kingdom. Yeah, so I'm still probably Provençal claim on Forcalquier, yes. I'm still slightly unnecessarily watching the what's going on over in Romagna. The Duke of Franche-Comté has decided it's a good time to join the defensive pact against me. Probably sensible. Regency has ended, and I have a son, Eckhard. That's E-K-K-E, I think, hard. So I currently have 2 sons and 2 daughters. Second one is heir to a bunch of extra titles, so we really need to get this this empire sorted. Come on, King. 75% in favour of us in that war. 56, still only 56% in favour of the revolt. We could really do with the revolt war is like the one that's I feel is more worrying. But I thought Liutbrand, my spy master, to be a more reasonable man. His request to be allowed to duel his rival was slightly erratic. Liutbrand claims to be constantly subject to affronts from his rival, and asks for permission to defend his honour. Well, he does have a personal combat skill of 20.
I suppose the other question is,
Who is his rival?
Yes.
Let's assume it's the Grand Mayor of Pomerania, who has -15 personal combat skill.
Go on, it's a laugh.
Yes, I'd quite like my my spy master to like me. So I will allow the duel. Someone else joining a defensive pact against me. And someone trying to murder someone. %78 in losing in that war, 56% still in the other war.
It's been a few days. You check on your spy master to see how many rivals he's got now.
Let's see, Spy Master. He still has 2 rivals. He is not yet dead. He does not yet have any duelist skill. I think he's they may be suffering from a scheduling problem. Betrothed can marry. Okay. Imone can marry. What's her face? Hang on, no, that was not what I meant. I want to see who she is. Oh, there she is. Right. Yeah, she's a genius. She's probably a good plan. even though he is apparently a lover of Princess Adalberta of Italy. Are we down a commander by any chance? We are. There doesn't seem to be any indication of that duel having happened yet. Oh well. Let us find ourselves a replacement commander. Ooh, to the heroic Queen Edda. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We propose that Serene Doge Patrizio II of Venice and Yaroslava Rajhradsky, marry. Of course, for such a noble lady, well, yeah, technically, we also offer a bride price of 314 gold. Right.
Well, that will do nicely to bring up your savings before you
Yeah, go on.
kingdoms and stuff.
Right. How are you doing, King of Germany? 82 and still 56. I think we may have to murder the leader of that revolt simply because she is incapable of winning. A famous writer proposes to compose your family chronicles. I can give him patronage for some gold and get some prestige and possibly becoming proud, which is not a bad thing anyway. Or ignore him, all dynasty member opinions lowered. No, there are too many dynasty members. Give him money. Stables have been built in Styreg. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's me. Yes, I should stop. Clang. Yes, build some jousting lists. Emma, you are being useless. Hello. Yes, not good. My computer hasn't gone badly wrong. We don't have very much plot power against Emma, mind.
Well, you can send your spy master for Geneva's can't you?
I mean, the Bishop of Merseburg would help if we gave him some money. He has strong political concerns. He has slight moral qualms, might be persuaded, like... The thing is, I can push people slightly higher than I can with money by sending them money and booze. So ones that are like fairly evenly balanced and who have a particularly low opinion of me, I might just be able to shove over the line. The Spy Master might be achievable, actually. Let's try that. That's worth a try. So we'll send him an alcohol gift. And then see if that puts him up to the level where he can be bribed. Sadly not. So even with that plus 10, and with whatever we could get him by, and with the extra 60 that we would get by sending him money, he still wouldn't end up liking us quite enough. That's nice. Thibaut and Princess Adelheid have had a son who is of very little interest except his name is Di Spoleto. We've got lots of messages. Let's read the rest of the messages. Those weren't interesting. City Holding has finished construction in Oldenburg. Good. Other people are building things. Mayor of Apt has become Catholic. Good. Bunch of prison things. Right, it looks like the Count of Provence is busy doing what he can to convert his new county. Let's send my spy master over to Merseburg to try to improve matters with my killing. Patience is a virtue, but sometimes it gets on my nerves. My kinsman Magnus never loses his temper, always waiting patiently for a chance to retaliate. So, do we give him patience, which is good for intrigue, diplomacy, stewardship, learning, and personal combat skill? Or do other things which will generally not? Hold up Magnus as an example for the court, which causes a large number of courtiers to be envious of Magnus, but gives him some prestige. No, we'll keep him patient. So, yes, I don't quite know what how the numbers work for these. Oh well, we'll see if we can manage to splat her by some means. We're over 50% now, which is helpful. Right, he's about to lose the war against our vassal for Eichstätt. Emma is losing worse. Is winning less well than she was. So maybe he'll even win that one, but we'll try to murder her because it'll probably help. I think that will probably end that war. Was that my Jacob? Not sure. Alright, that's Greater Poland up there. I try not to spend all my time paused. It does cause... yeah, I'm not murdering random people. This is a relatively strategic murder. My hope is that murdering her will cause her revolt war to end. Right, we've almost... Or rather, my Prince Arch What's-the-name of Swabia has almost managed to claim the county of Eichstätt. Prince Archbishop. So Bishop Emrys, who was probably on my council at the point when I nominated him, has inherited the bishopric of Sutri, so we can nominate a successor to him. Oh, it's time for a feast again. Various people are plotting to murder various other people. Right, so yes, we can nominate some other person to the bishopric of Sutri. Like, if we could find a Well, my steward actually has pretty decent learning. We appear to have a slot available here as well. Sort them by learning and then find someone we might... and Thomas Di Spoleto, my Chancellor as well. Right. 99%. Go on, you can do it. Meanwhile, we'll try to murder the other attacker. Oh yes, feast, 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 feast. No. Yes. Feast. I don't want to imprison the Prince Archbishop of Swabia. He's doing a good thing. Albeit slowly. Yes, we'll have a minstrel. Yes, we'll buy food. Would not be the best feast ever without. Let's invite everyone. Someone wants to kill someone else. Yes, people will occasionally turn down my invitation. In particular, the Grand Mayor of not Pomeralia, Genoa. Seem to have more refusals than usual here. Yeah, we don't have any good commanders lying around, do we? Well, let's recruit one. Aha, I've made a friend in the Duchess of Croatia. That might even be useful. Let's assume we want someone who will definitely join our court. We've already got 2 siege leaders, haven't we? Yes, we've got 2 siege leaders and 0 organisers. Right. Yeah, the organisers are all terrible. I mean, it's useful to have organisers though, so I'll pull in what I can. Let's turn off join court so we can see the ones who might join our court with a bribe. Ah, that's better. Oh, well, it's not much better. There's an organiser with 17 who would join our court with a bribe. And who had brought his son and daughter and wife with him. What? The war score in that war has suddenly dropped to 8%. Yes, it was at 99%. What have you done, you stupid Prince Archbishop of Swabia? Has he suddenly brought in a pile of hired armies? No, he got them quite some time ago, given there's only 299 of them left. Now everyone knows that I murder people. It's like there, known murderer, general opinion -10. This is why I can now murder people with gay abandon, because everyone already knows I murder people. So it would be unhelpful to it would be like throwing away that murdery reputation if I didn't actually murder people.
I'm just trying to work out whether gay abandon makes an effective murder weapon.
Even crimes.
Yes.
I mean, Claire's got that maybe gay agenda that you could like bludgeon someone with if they were very, very small.
As I think I've said before, Edda is in general justice is a thing you do towards your vassals, and Edda is just towards her vassals. The murdering is towards people to whom justice is inapplicable, namely her peers and anyone else who's inconveniently around. Not always strictly peers. Right, we've got slightly more opinion with the Duke of Milan. She's nice. Now at 99, so we should probably send our Chancellor off to, I don't know, Franconia. We haven't sent him to Franconia for ages. I mean, not sure we ever have. Oh. But I've run out of my slots for educating people. She's already German. She's not that interesting. Ida's a bit unbalanced. Let's get my Chancellor to educate her. Damn it, Bernard, get these wars over with. I mean, I'm trying to help you by murdering your enemy, but she's gone into hiding now.
Well, I think that's probably quite sensible.
Which is going to make murdering her quite a lot harder. But is also bad for, like, her diplomacy, I think. No, apparently not.
It's back or something.
Unpause. Things will happen faster if I unpause. A holy man came to court today to talk about matters of faith, but it soon became clear he held rather unorthodox views. Being a zealous defender of the church at all times, I believe that I did the right thing when I gave the order to imprison a blasphemous pagan. Yes, okay, Deus Vult. Then Dan whispered, "Good work," in my ears, and that improves his opinion of me. I'm not sure why I care, really. He's a random courtier as far as I'm concerned.
He might be less likely to join in the plot against you.
He's a random genius courtier, admittedly. Ludwig was curious about the visitors. We've seen this one before. One diplomacy and gregarious, please. We have a new Grand Mayor of Genoa. The Grand Mayors of Genoa all hate me anyway.
Well, you've got a minus 20 opinion, then you just straight off.
Yes. Plus, like, I tax them hard. Because I only really need their opinion of me to be positive. As you may be able to hear, it's raining quite heavily now. Bernhardt is slowly winning his war against my folks. Kind of. Actually, if I claim Eichstätt on behalf of someone, that might, especially if I can do it successfully, that might render his other war about Eichstätt moot. He isn't horrifically scary, is he? No. Sod it, let's declare war on Germany just to try to get one of these wars out of the way. I mean, I don't want to declare war on him just to weaken him, because that's, like, a bit faffy, but... Oh, can I have some armies, please? Oh, I think I was pressing backslash rather than Z. That would explain why nothing good was coming of it.
According to the radar, that was a particular localised chunk of extreme rain that's going to pass over very quickly. And I might rather, before the next one comes along.
You're not worthwhile. I mean, I could possibly just raise all my armies, because that's probably going to be the best way to accomplish this, isn't it? Hold down control. Avoid accidentally getting into immediate battles. Dismiss the random ones on islands.
Why are you racing?
I decided to go to war with Germany. In particular because I can press a claim on the county that someone else, that one of my vassals is currently pressing a claim on.
Right.
Which will mean that then that his war will become moot if we win. If I win. And so that will then finish off one of his wars, and if we're really lucky, our brief murdering spree will finish off another war. Right, that's most of those armies heading in a vaguely reasonable direction. And for Calquier, which we just claimed off, Arles has been converted to Catholicism. Excellent. Eckbert has become a brilliant strategist. Duchess Susanna claims she is more qualified and would make an excellent spy master. She has intrigue 15. No. My current spy master has intrigue 25. Not so much. Well, I suppose it's kind of inappropriate in that it would be silly. I mean, yes, you're my friend, but... a little bit worried about people joining an Imone for Italy faction. Need to not annoy my vassals too much with this war. Happily, Germany doesn't seem to be taking me very seriously yet. So since Germany seems to be ignoring that bunch of armies, let's send... my kinsman Magnus is not exerting himself in his studies. I'm starting to despair. So I can just decide that he's dense and let him become slothful. I can beat him into action, which might cause him to lose the trait slothful. I can talk to him, which gives him a pretty good chance of even becoming diligent, or I can pray. Let's just talk to him. Well, he's at least not slothful anymore. By chance, you learned that an old tailor in Capua once worked as a spymaster for a local nobleman many years ago. The stories of his deeds and exploits are the stuff of legends. If even half of it is true, this man could surely teach you a thing or two about intrigue. Because I'm trying to improve my intrigue. Yes, I will seek him out. Princess Adalberta has had a son. As you visit the tailor in his modest shop, the harmless-looking little man feigns ignorance for a moment, and for a moment you wonder if you have the wrong person. He kindly turns to fetch you some tea, but then suddenly, before you can react, he is standing behind you with a knife at your throat. "Who sent you?" he hisses into your ear. "No one. I only wish to learn from you." After questioning you, the old man is finally satisfied that you're not there to kill him. He grudgingly agrees to teach you some of his tricks, if you promise to keep the secret of his past to yourself. Agreed. I begin my training.
Are you trying to improve your intrigue?
Yes.
Right.
For suddenly winning sieges all over the place. I have 25% in my war against Germany and I've barely started. 33% because I think I've just successfully besieged everything in... which has... King Bernhard of Germany has accepted the Prince Archbishop's peace offer. So I think I gave the war a sudden boost of war score, which means I've just won it. Or rather, someone else has just won it. My war then became inconclusive. Well, I was expecting it to go the other way round, that his war would become inconclusive, but I don't really care. Whatever. Yes. Right, so Germany is now only involved in one war, and we've gained another county off them. And he is currently winning that one at 66%, plus we're trying to murder the instigator of it. Which means she's in hiding, which is probably part of why she's losing the war. Oh, we have a betrothed can marry button. No, we don't want to hold a feast this year. We'll hold a feast next year. So Egbert, yes, is betrothed to someone. Just check that my wards are not in any imminent danger of graduating. No. Someone joined the defensive pact against me. He's having another big battle. That's good. No, I can't just take territory off the revolt, sadly. But he's just about to win Germany's just about to win a big battle against them here. So, all being well, that will give him a great big boost of war score. 93% now. So, like, he really doesn't have to do much. I mean, on the one hand, it's not appropriate. On the other hand, he's a genius. I will go to my kinsman Jakob's chamber. County of Wolgast has been converted. Excellent. %. It's good to be the Queen. I went to Jakob's chamber and gave him a good tumble. Oh, after 100 years under the Kingdom of Italy, the Duchy of Majorca, which we gained very early in the game, is no longer considered a de jure part of the Kingdom of Valencia. So yes, Majorca is now de jure part of... which has been ruled by Anglo-Saxon dukes for ages after I installed one, and then he went and had children while I wasn't looking. Yes, he's beaten Emma of Lausitz. Why can't I usurp his kingdom? I think I can. It just didn't give me hasn't given me a usurpation button.
But what gets cancelled and uncancelled by those is sometimes a bit weird and buggy.
Yes, right. Currently I control 58%. Usurping this title would give you 100 prestige and cost you 200 gold. I've got 2,000 gold.
Good. Yoink.
Queen Edda the Just has usurped the title Kingdom of Germany from Duke Bernhard of Meissen, with the consequence that now there's a bunch of scattered independent duchies all over the place.
Just right for mopping up. But before you found, I think you should check whether you can found the Empire, and then
I think that's
see
what
if
that
you
has
can
just done.
That looks
Yes.
okay. Cool. In that case, go and use up Romagna. Let's see if you find it.
So yes, I can usurp Romagna because presumably de jure Romagna is much bigger, yes. So that will shatter that as well. Probably be less likely to be able to take them by peaceful vassalization, but still. Probably not worth creating any kingdoms, is it? Because that will just get me a tiny prestige boost. I mean,
Does it?
it will destroy them as soon as I create the
Yeah.
empire, is the thing.
Yeah. And it would though mean that they're part of de jure.
No, I don't think it has that effect. I think the HRE already has its de jure vassals,
Right.
and unlike creating a custom empire, I don't think this moves anything. There is a magic thing if you create Italia, but I can't create Italia because I don't control the kingdom of Sicily, and I can't create the kingdom of Sicily because I don't control enough of it. I think I will just check. So yes, I only control 33% of the Kingdom of Sicily, and the rest is controlled by the Byzantine Empire, so not very conveniently stealable. So I think it may be time to press the Form the Holy Roman Empire button. Costs 742 gold. I get the Reichskrone and the Holy Roman Empire. I switch to princely elective succession. Oh, I can stop that plot to kill Duchess Emma of Lausitz now. And I lose the kingdoms of Germany, Carinthia and Romagna, but not Italy? That's odd.
Title, I don't think you can lose it.
Oh. Right.
I mean, unless you want to make your primary title something else first.
Oh no, Italy as well. It's just that one's name is a different length, so it doesn't look like the rest.
Right.
So yes, kingdoms of Italy, Germany, Carinthia, and Romagna are forfeit, and I instead become the Holy Roman Emperor. I don't think I get to be Edda the Great because I'm already Edda the Just. Right. Kaiserin Edda the Just of the Holy Roman Empire.
Well, that's a good emperor title there. I mean, it's not the great, but it's definitely distinctive.
So now, if we look at the realm view, there is a Holy Roman Empire down the middle of the map.
Well done.
With the great big Holy Roman Empire arms down in Capua. But de jure, yes, the HRE is only that little patch up there. Sadly.
But you do have a bunch of things where you can now go, de jure mine.
Yes. So now I probably at some point want to nominate a successor to the Holy Roman Empire.
Yes.
Though we'll have to learn who the electors are. I think we don't yet know. So yes, and we should now have a treasury. Our treasury contains the Reichskrone.
Well, equip it.
It's apparently inactive, possibly because I'm only kind of extant at the moment. I haven't been crowned. I'm not sure if I can be crowned without extra DLC.
I don't know because I haven't been some.
I'll unpause and allow things to happen a little bit.
Well I mean, certainly you might get a message.
You have a new heir, yes. Well, we'll sort that out in a bit. So she became Queen of Romagna briefly. The various Aimone for Italy the Aimone for Italy faction has vanished. I've become Kaiserin of the Holy Roman Empire and briefly Queen of Germany. So I'm just allowing a bit of time to pass to allow things to settle, and then we can look at what's going on. So, we have some electors, I think. The Duke of West Frisia is apparently an elector, as is the Duke Arrigo the Wise of Angria and Bavaria. And so who can I vote for? I obviously want to vote for someone of my dynasty. Bonk the dynasty, sort by dynasty button. So Candida has lots of diplomacy but not very much martial. Adalberta is a bit more balanced. I think part of the problem here is I can't vote for everyone in my dynasty. I'm limited to people who are fairly close relatives.
Or people that have certain
titles. Well, let's for now vote for Candida.
Like members of your dynasty, the Duke level, I think, is...
Right. So that's at least got things slightly more sensibly organised. As in, oh dear, but now Duke Liutbrand of Turgau has got himself 2 votes. Well, meanwhile, let us see how many of our neighbours would like to join the Empire. Hello, Prince Archbishop of the Rhine. Would you like to join our Empire? Yes! How about you, Duke of Trier? Yes. How about the Duke of Nordgau? Yes. How about the Duke... you can find him. The Duke of Baden. I think I've still got everything set to de jure, which is not quite right. Yes. How about the Duke of Upper Lorraine? Yes. How about the Prince Archbishop of Lower Lorraine? Yes. Who else used to be part of Germany? Or is our de jure vassal?
Lucky we don't have Middle Lorraine as well.
The Queen of Brabant. No. Foreign culture. Because she's Irish.
Well, I'll see her
her heir is also Irish. I'm afraid Brabant is stuck being Irish at the moment. Right, there's another duchy capital. Kennemerland, Duke Filbert of West Frisia. Yes. Duke Liutbold of Chemavia. Yes. Where are our borders? Prince Archbishop Gottschalk of Munster. Yes. Are you our vassal? Prince Archbishop Emich of Bremen. Yes. Duke Welf of Thuringia. Yes. Duchess Emma of Lausitz, who, like, we were plotting to murder only a little while ago. Yes. Prince Bernhard of Germany, otherwise known as Duke Bernhard of Meissen, whom we've just swiped the kingdom from. No. He hates us so much that he will not join the Empire. Duke Gerlach of Nordgau. Yes. Duke von Wels-Janos of Austria. Possibly not, because he has a difference of... oh, I don't even appear to have an offer vassalisation option. Okay. King Mietsko of Denmark. Probably not, no. He's at war anyway. Right. I think we've now gone round everyone who's a de jure vassal of the HRE, but not yet a de facto vassal of it, and offered them vassalisation. Ah, not all of them. Duke Welf of Thuringia, I do not need your protection. But I think this gets you less threat than actually invading them. That didn't change my the extent of my territories. I missed you, sorry. We can't offer the Duke of Trier vassalisation because he's currently at war. Actually, maybe the problem is that Thuringia also managed to start a war in the time that it took me to send out the offer. I don't think I can claim these, but it's worth a look. No, not my de jure liege, foreign culture. Similarly, because I'm not anymore King of Romania. I mean, I could, I suppose, reform the Kingdom of Romania, but that feels like inappropriate because the Holy Roman Empire shouldn't be full of great big kingdoms, even if I hold them. Plus, they would then split off and be inherited unhelpfully. So the awkward thing is that my player heir is currently unlanded, though he would become Duke of Latium. Right, so do we now have slightly more electors? Yes, and they all annoyingly love Duke Liutbrand of Thurgau.
Is it a murder of Duke thingy at Torco? Why does everyone like me so much?
I shall investigate that. So lots of people joining a defensive pact against me. Yeah, my threat is 99. Did hit 100% as a result of that. That's fine. I'm not planning to invade anyone anytime soon. So yes, lots and lots of people joining defensive pacts against me. I had a few other random messages. Right, so no one likes my candidate. So he is likeable, German, zealous, and pious. And pious gets you a lot. I'm not quite sure what pious means. Zealous got its own bonus. He has one virtue and no vices, which is probably good. My candidate, while attractive and pious, is infuriatingly Italian. So I need to look up a German, almost certainly. Adalberta is German. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that nominating a child is probably not going to work well.
You get a penalty for it, of course.
So let's try nominating Adalberta, my sister. I think someone was already voting for her. More people joining the defensive pact against me. Of course, meanwhile, we could do with having an anti-pope.
Just a quick check that if you go to the Pope and click on the Pope, you can't get a please to crown me Mr. Pope button. I don't think
No.
you can, but
Well, I have... Oh no, that's the request an invasion button. That's not quite the same thing.
check there's no weird new decision that we don't know about. I don't think there is. I think you can get crowned as a special event if you manage with the Charlemagne. Charlemagne start.
No, I don't seem to have that option. I do have... They're now suggesting I might want to form the Teutonic Order.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is I can only do that once Jerusalem is held by a Catholic.
Isn't there a crusade coming up?
It's currently 1083. Crusades should be invented around 1100.
Coming soon then.
Because Jerusalem is not currently Catholic. We know that because it said so. Moreover, I'm fairly sure that Jerusalem, if I can find it, is currently Muslim, yes. So Adalberta is better. We lose 30 points for her being female, and she is deceitful and ambitious and docile, which some people don't like. I mean, I'm slightly reluctant to just murder my way through, in particular my vassals. It's kind of rude, because I don't know whether this will actually move votes to my candidate or simply move them to another one of the others.
It will vary a lot.
Yes.
I mean, the thing here is that voting for women candidates yourself is usually a disaster unless either you have all the votes or they're already strongly supported by the people.
Yes. Well, I mean, once Dietvin comes of age, this might not be such a problem. I mean, I can try moving my vote to Dietvin and see if anyone else likes him, but
it's a -10 penalty for child and it's -30 or something for a woman. Do check that out because I may have my numbers completely back.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, at least the -30 is correct. But like these guys have no traits at the moment, so they're going to be. They don't get any of the bonuses that she's getting for like zealotry and such like.
Yeah, but are those bonuses exceeding?
Yeah, for the most, well, I mean, she does also have deceitful, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Docile, what's that coming from? Diligent, maybe, or kind.
Diligent, I don't think doesn't keep docile.
No. I mean, I think I could actually get, now that I've got these vassals, we can probably we might do well to improve, because I don't seem to be getting any before I would often get bonuses along the lines of I trust the judgment of a ruler I like.
Yes.
And while I'm getting I trust the judgment of a just ruler, I'm not getting that, but I don't know if that's because you can't get that. In this succession law.
You might not be able to.
It's like, surely some of these people like me. I mean, I know they like me a bit at least. Like, he's 67. He's 67 opinion. He's 100 opinion and doesn't have a I trust the judgment of a ruler I like. So, yeah, I think that you just can't get that here. Which is a pity, because it's quite useful and easy to manipulate. It does appear that liking the candidate is helpful. But, so, yes, I might want to research who I can have as a candidate. For instance, if I have any convenient titles that I could hand to excellent candidates. Then I could probably pull them into being available. Slightly unfortunate, you haven't really been breeding for zealotry. Which,
It's
because there
probably
are...
okay at the moment while you've got a fairly united and fairly Christian empire.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's popular among the... Because note that
Of course, 'cause it's the
one,
Holy Roman
the Holy
Empire.
Roman Empire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the electors out of 7, 8 if you include me, I think, are bishops
Yeah.
or prince archbishops or what have you. Prince bishops or prince archbishops, and therefore I've got free investiture though. Right, well, we better start stacking those bishoprics then, hadn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Because I presume if I stack the relevant bishoprics with members of my dynasty, they will at least tend to vote for members of their own dynasty.
I think so.
Oh, I can't currently appoint an anti-pope because one was recently forcibly deposed. That's a pity. Right, so I should... So who are the ones who actually have... Pink Beast asks, hang on, have you become Holy Roman Empress in order to lose it to someone else? It's entirely possible, yes. But, like, I'll do what I can to try to retain it. But the plan was to become Holy Roman Emperor, not necessarily to keep the Holy Roman Empire. And, like, Edda is only 39. She's got a good few years in her yet.
Well, unless you inconveniently dies in childbirth.
Yeah, not many more childbirths for that to happen in, though.
But, it's always a risk.
So, the electors whom we wish to eventually replace are Magnus, Prince Archbishop of Lower Lorraine. My aim here is simply to make sure that I nominate De Spoletos into every damn one of these. Every elector should have a De Spoleto nominated as its successor. We have Liutbert of Trier. Whom I apparently can't nominate a successor to. Indeed, that suggests he may not be my direct vassal at present. No, he isn't. He's independent still. Because he immediately started a war before the letter asking if he'd like to join my empire arrived. And until he's independent again, I can't ask him. Until he's not at war again, I can't ask him. Okay. Karlman of the Rhine. Duke Mangold of Saxony is not a bishop and is very much in favour of my current candidate. Bernhard of Swabia. Can I actually just do this by... No, I can't. Because I don't get the option. Oh. No, I can't. Bernhard of Swabia. Gottschalk. Is Gottschalk one of them? Duchess of Franconia? No. Prince Bishop Adamar of Köln. Isn't he still independent of me? No, there he is. We don't appear to have an option to appoint a successor to Köln, though, so there's probably some reason why that doesn't work. Because there is a Duke of Köln who gets to appoint the Bishop of Köln, or the Prince Archbishop of Köln, or whatever. And that's the last one. Right, so I have at least arranged that we will get some Dispoletos into the bishoprics when the bishops die, by whatever means. Who's voting for Ingiltrude? Why do you like Ingiltrude? Like her piety, yes. Okay, some people dislike zealous characters because they're fanatics.
Yes. That can be a bit more of a problem with bishops who maybe aren't themselves
Yes.
so keen on being a bishop. So
Right, so we've at least tried to arrange things so that so that in the future things will go more in a Dispoleto direction. I mean, murdering bishops would certainly be possible.
true. I mean, the problem there is that it's generally fairly inadvisable because it tends to piss off the church in general. I mean, Edda is in. If you want to murder bishops, then since you've already got a murder penalty, you're in the best position to do it. But bear in mind, this tactic may be less viable for heirs.
Yeah, but the point of this is to try to get Dispoletos into those bishoprics.
Yeah.
And once we've done that once, then we don't need to kill the subsequent Dispoleto bishop, Prince Archbishop, because they'll already be a Dispoleto. So that is not itself a problem. I mean, possibly there's a difficulty if I fail to murder someone that's liable to make their opinion of me worse while they're still voters. But yes, I think Adalberta is my best chance for now, until one of these, unless we can either drag in a decent Di Spoleto and make them a vassal, or yeah, we've got Houpold, Duke of Capua, who's my direct vassal, and yet I suppose because he's not a de jure vassal of. Yeah, so the issue is that I can nominate a de jure vassal of the Holy Roman Empire, or one of my own children, I think. Possibly one of my grandchildren, but I don't have any yet. So that would mean that that the only titles that would be useful for this are titles that are de jure vassals of the HRE, which unfortunately none of my current titles are. So I think I can't do anything about getting another candidate in unless I actually depose one of my current vassals. Except, of course, that these appointments. Is it? Oh, so actually, are the bishops themselves candidates? Looks like they're not. So it looks like it's the.
Well, the thing here is at least that they want to figure of when it's going to war, it's not the entire church; it is just the Holy Roman Empire.
Yes. So the candidates are the feudal de jure vassals of the HRE.
Yes.
The electors are largely, though not entirely, theocratic.
Yeah.
So yes, that kind of makes sense.
And one thing that you can do is marry some Di Spoletos to heirs of some.
Yes. Yes, I should probably do a bit of marrying, though probably not try to organise that at midnight. I don't actually want to declare war on her. I'm just checking things because look at that defensive pact. So yes, I have a de jure. I can make de jure claims on people if necessary. Though not on.
Have you become an emperor before?
No, well, this is only my second or third game.
Well done.
Well, the Prince Archbishop of Swabia, I can justifiably imprison. No, not him. And if we dump him in the and his successor is Jakob, my lover and relative.
Well, if he went voting your favour, no one will.
So yes, I think we should imprison Prince Archbishop Bernhard, but as the leader of a plot, and then dump him in the oubliette, or possibly end up having to take him by force because we only have a 54% chance of success. Right.
You go first.
No, he came quietly
Oh, did he?
and is now in the oubliette.
Ha ha ha. Really awesome. Might of case I haven't with that.
So yes, that might get him out of the way fairly quickly.
No, it's hard to tell. You might not need to check.
Just checking, because sometimes it doesn't actually seem to tell you about imprisonments. That's just somewhat that those ones are not electors. So. And we need a new commander because we're an empire now. We need 2 new commanders. Right, let's just invite the best 2 commanders we can lay our paws on. We should probably try to get 1 more organiser, actually. Reset. Men. Not rulers. Diplomatic range, yes. We want 1 more organiser. Preferably an organiser who will actually join us. Well, okay, you'll do. And then we want a non-organiser who will join our court, I think. Let's just... So there's a 25 there, but he's too far away. Oh, we could get 25 if we paid him. Yeah, go on.
And like also, since you just become an empire, you could invest in a bit more in building up some of your infrastructure and capital to make it more siege resistant. Still fine. No capital, that matters.
Right, so that will get us a couple more people. A couple of my vassals have formed an alliance. Everyone's still joining this defensive pact, unsurprisingly. Let's try to keep people of a sensible religion. Right, my lover has had a daughter. Excellent. Should have another commander incoming shortly. People keep joining the defensive pact. Why do I have a commander with a martial skill of 10? Because he's a siege leader. Yeah, but surely we can get a siege leader with a martial skill better than 10.
Depends if you might want
17. go. Stuff is still going on in Ivrea. Dietvin Di Spoleto now needs a guardian. I'm already dealing with some people, aren't I? Yes. This one, though, is actually the one who is currently, as heir to Latium, my player heir. Because if I can't get someone useful as successor to the Holy Roman Empire, I get to play as Duke of Latium. Duke of Latium and Spoleto. So probably I should reassign whichever one of these I think is going to be least useful. Probably Magnus to someone else so that I can take on Dietvin. Yes. So I should educate my own son. Because he's someone, he is not brilliant, but he is at least someone we can make emperor. Slightly more prisoners than I expected, but I'm not going to let Bernhard out. He's staying there. He still likes me. You know, minus 30 for being imprisoned, and another minus 30 for the process of imprisonment, and another minus 30 for still being in prison. But he is so pleased with the fact that he now gets to vote in the imperial elections, and doesn't quite understand that that's why he's in prison. And also likes the fact that that I have free investiture and I'm temperate and charitable and zealous. I have these two people who have been in prison like forever. I don't think they're in any way interesting. May as well let them out for the... even if I execute them, yeah. That's viewed as tyrannical. Ditto Bernhardt, yes. May as well free them for the piety. Bernhardt is staying, though. So who does currently control Jerusalem, anyway? Sultan of the Banul Furat, who is not that scary. If I wanted to take Jerusalem, if I had a casus belli to take Jerusalem off him, I could. But the problem is he's too far away. So I'd need to find a better claim on it. Like, can I find a claimant on Jerusalem? All this so I can found the Teutonic Order. Not one who'll join my court, no, unsurprisingly. Right, okay, so we'll... The, Patricios role of the Holy Roman Empire. So you're not actually defending against the Holy Roman Empire. No, you're defending against the Duchy of Optimatoi. Who has a claim on... Troyes. Where is Troyes then? I mean, I would have assumed it was somewhere around here, but you don't appear to have any territory marked around there. Right, and you're also... Oh, right, it's not your... It wasn't his, it's someone controls Troyes. The actual defender is King Bishop Marquard of France. Right, you guys are all in an alliance with King Bishop Marquard, I presume. Or have randomly joined his war so that I won't vassalise you. Alright, you have cultural bonds with the Duke of Trier, the Duke of Meissen and the Duke of Thuringia, which has somehow got you an alliance. And so you've dragged all of those poor sods into your war, defending against Raoul of the Byzantine Empire. Yes, right, I understand now. So once, though, that war is finished, how's it going? Boringly. Then maybe I'll be able to vassalise those three. But not right now. So yes, there's a bunch of kingdoms I could create, but I'm not sure if I want to. I don't know quite how the de jure drift is going to work now. The Empire of Italia now stretches all the way over there. Yeah, well, yes, as Pinkby says, claimant on Jerusalem makes popey noises. Yes, but once the Pope invents crusades, obviously there will be totally a holy war for Jerusalem. What's my spy master doing over there? Come back here. Should go back to your usual destination of Constantinople and study technology there. Yeah, Chur is still, unfortunately, Cathar. We control most of the holy sites of Catholicism, with the exception of Jerusalem. And we're waiting for his anti-pope deposal to expire so we can set up our own and make a vassal pope. So yes, ideally that and that will become ours shortly. That is going to be harder because it's part of a defensive pact against us, and we'll have to take it by force unless we can do something clever. Our defensive pact situation is basically everyone west of the Urals is now in a defensive pact against us. I mean, apart from a few random duchies. Okay, the Byzantine Empire isn't in a defensive pact against us. That's also the Byzantine Empire. And yes, there are those various duchies that I'm planning to vassalise that aren't currently in a defensive pact against us. And the Duke of Brandenburg. Is he one of the ones... He's not currently at war. Oh, he'll accept diplomatic vassalisation. Excellent. The twists and turns of Ludwig's tongue. Ludwig, my ward and distant relative, and the white lies he uses to make friends is making my head spin. How can such a young lad be able to lie so well? I think honest tends to be more useful. Ludwig, your tongue will cause you problems. He has become honest. More people joining the defensive pact against me. Oh yes, I released a couple of people from my dungeon. Right. That's enlarged our territory a bit. Threat back up to 100%. Oh, we finished building. I keep building up Styreg. Possibly I should build up my actual capital. I usually just go for the cheapest thing currently available. We're not that well off money after I've done that. Split has become Catholic rather than presumably Orthodox. So yes, now people not in the defensive pact against me are mostly the Byzantine Empire. And like a few Muslim rulers. It will take 477 months for my threat to decay. So that's about 40 years. Happily, we don't declare crusades, so we can still crusade. Lapland's not in a defensive pact against me. And Prince Archbishop Wenzel isn't. I even have a claim against him, which is slightly odd. Well, I'm not going to press that now. So yes, we have brought in another former part of Germany, and we're going to... The other three should be dealt with as soon as Mark Vard of France has either seen off this attack from the Byzantine Empire or been defeated by them. But that's going to be a little while. It looks like everyone is going for Troyes. Right, so I think I should do a bit more research into how to manage princely elective succession. I'm fairly confident stacking the bishoprics with De Spoletos is a good start. And I will see if I can find out other tricks and work out what we need to do by way of getting a suitable candidate. And possibly I'll go out and fabricate some claims on de jure German duchies, just in order to be able to give them to useful candidates. But that will happen later. So, for now, I will say, let's switch back to realm view so we can see what's going on. Actually, was there another pile of defensive pacts? Yes, Bulgaria has a defensive pact at least as well, so we're not alone. Because Bulgaria is expanding quite a lot on that side. But now it is time to stop, and so I shall save, quit, and say good night. Good night.